Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL dan ASRI. My matrix number is S70950 and I'm one of the member of Group 11. And today, we will present our case study title is ENRON, Ethnic and Organizational Culture. Let's begin with a short overview of the ENRON company. ENRON was a big energy company and was founded in 1985 by Kenneth Lay in the United States. And for many years, it was very successful. The company sold electricity, natural gas, and other energy service to customers around the world. People thought ENRON was doing very well because its leader said the company was making a lot of money, but the truth is it was very different. Next, I will pass into next presenter, IZUREEN SOFEA BINTI ZULKARNAIN.
Thank you for our previous presenter, Dania Ilyana. So let me introduce myself first. Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is IZUREEN SOFEA BINTI ZULKARNAIN, number matric S715G9. So I will continue our summarize about our study case. The pupil thought that ENRON was doing very well because its leader said the company was making a lot of money. But the truth was very different. The ENRON's leader used a special accounting tricks to make a company look more successful than it really was. One trick was called like mark-to-market accounting. So this trick allowed to ENRON to count the profits from the future projects, even if the company had not yet earned the money. For example, if ENRON signed a contract, it will immediately record the value, full value as a profit, even though that the project it might lose the money later. So this made the ENRON's finance look much better than they were. Another problem was how ENRONs use a special companies called special purpose entities, or we call it as SPEs. So this company help hide ENRON's the debts and their loss. So by moving it had investment and debts into the SPEs, the ENRON was able to keep them off its main financial reports. This trick made it seem like ENRON was very strong financially when in reality it was losing money. But the company problem was become clear in 2001. Many people began to question like ENRON's financial practice. A worker at ENRON, which is Sharon Watkins, wrote a letter to the company's leader saying something was wrong. Later, it was found that ENRON's leaders and its accounting firm, which is Heather and Denson, were both involved in hiding the truth. So the other Denson had played a role in covering up the financial fraud. So the ENRON collapsed in 2000 and so ENRON collapsed in 2 December 2001, and its stock price, which it had been very high, become worthless. Many people lost their jobs. Also, the investors lost a lot of money. It was a biggest business scandal in history. So as a lesson in the value of the corporate accountability and the moral leadership, this article fall apart brought to the light the risiko of the putting the great before of honesty and the integrity in business. So that's all for us. Thank you.
Hi, thank you to the previous presenter. My name is NURUL HAZWANI BINTI Ali, metric number S70194. Today, I'm going to talk about how ENRON's leadership and culture play a hard role in its downfall. To break it down, I'll be using Dania's framework on ethics and leadership to help us understand what went wrong. My first point is CEO reaction to ethical concern. Let's start with the leadership. The moment when a security analyst questions ENRON's financial practice, instead of addressing it seriously, the CEO lashed out using vulgar language to insult the analyst. This kind of reaction said a lot. Rather than dealing with a valid concern, the CEO shoot it down in a way that was both unprofessional and hostile. Unfortunately, this was not just a one-time thing, it was part of a broader leadership style that avoided accountability and lacked transparency. Dion's work emphasized how important ethical leadership is. Leaders set the tone for the whole organization, and at ENRON, the tone was far from ethical. Instead, it created a culture where bad behavior was not just equal, it was almost encouraged all workers. Next is employees' reaction to leadership behavior. Now, what's shocking is how employees respond to this kind of leadership. Instead of seeing the CEO behaviors as a red flag persons, a lot of them thought it was funny. Dion's talked about how stories within a company reflect its values. At ENRON, jokes about the CEO aggressive outbursts become part of the company culture. It might seem harmless at first, but this humor reinforced the idea that disrespect and pure behavior were acceptable or even cool. This lack of critical thinking showed how deeply these toxic values were rooted. Instead of questioning the behavior, people laughed along, which only made things become worse. Lastly, my point is the impact on organizational culture. This kind of leadership do not just stay at the top, it spread throughout the company. Dion explained how routine and behaviors in an organization reinforce its values. At ENRON, the informal behavior and practice promoted by leadership gave employees a sense of belonging, but it was built on a foundation of unethical practice. Instead of challenging what was clearly wrong, employees followed the CEO's lead, and this can create an environment where things like inflating profit and hiding debt become business as usual. And as we know, this all came crashing down in the end. So that's all for me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Nur RAZAK. My metric number is S72045. I will be continue with question 2, which focus on the role of organizational culture at ENRON. The collapse of ENRON is a notable case where organizational culture played a significant role in shaping its ethical decisions and ultimately led to its downfall. Firstly, the normalization of unethical behavior. The CEO, disrespectful actions set a negative tone which led to unprofessionalism becoming the norm among employees. Leadership behavior significantly influenced the ethical standard of the organization, pushing employees to prioritize profit over ethics. Secondly, there was a lack of accountability in leadership. the CEO dismissed valid financial concerns and mock analysis instead of addressing issue transparently. This lack of accountability fostered a dismissive culture where unethical decision-making thrived. According to Brown and Trevino 2006, ethical leadership involves accountability and transparency to quality errors leadership fail to uphold, further enabling unethical practice. Another point is disconnect between ethic program and actual practice. Despite having code of conduct, this way ineffective because leadership will fail to enforce them. Profit were prioritized over ethic and leadership fail to model ethical behavior. Now that we've identified the issues, let's look at the importance of organizational culture and how it can prevent ethical collapse. Okay, leadership tolerance of unethical behavior influence employees' actions and decisions. This toxic organizational culture not only erodes ethical standards but also directly impact organizational behavior, leading to catastrophic results. Lastly, to prevent ethical collapse, there are three key steps. First, build a strong ethical culture as suggested by Captain 2008. This means creating an environment that supports a reward ethical behavior. Second, align leadership actions with ethical structures as John et al. 2014 explained, leaders must act as role model to ensure their actions reflect organizational value. Third, clearly communicate and act on ethical principles as stated by Fritz et al. 1999, leaders should share ethical value openly and ensure their actions match this principle. In summary, Aaron's failure highlight the critical role of leadership and organizational culture in promoting or undermining ethics. Strong leadership and a commitment to ethical practice are essential for long-term success. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter, Rubin.
A very good afternoon to Professor Stiza. My name is Rubin Tan Ing Yao. I'm a matric S71712. And now I'm going to talk about the question 3, which is this KM chapter have something to say about how organizational culture influence ethical behavior. What role do you think culture played at Enron? Give 5 specific examples of things Enron CEO could have done to create a healthy ethical culture. Now, I'm going to talk about the role of organizational culture at Enron. Because of the organizational culture's expectation and norms, it has important impact on employees' behavior and ethical decisions making. In the Enron organizational culture, profit were given place over the ethics, which encourage the irresponsible risk taking and financial success over the ethical conduct. Employees were under the pressure to achieve their outcomes at any cost through the unethical method, while the leadership either ignore or hide the wrongdoing. It will fostering an environment where people could behave without the consequences. Employees were in an environment of fear and intimidation, never questioning about the unethical choice for fear of revenge or the career damage. Even though the Enron established a formal ethic procedure, but it is unsuccessful and do not have so much impact at actual decision making. Finally, these employees excuse the unethical activities as the business as usual. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the first example CEO have to do, which is create an independent external board of director to oversee the goal and corporate strategy. Maybe you will ask, what is the external board of director? External board of director actually are the individual who do not have major relationship with the organization outside of being on the board. They are not the big investor, consultants, employees, vendors, party, or to any financial agreement or contract. The key benefit of external board is their ability to increase the organization access to external advertise and the resources. Through their professional networks, they help to establish a valuable connection with other organizations, enable the company to acquire critical knowledge and insight that difficult to obtain. This also helps to reduce the cost of environmental scanning and ensure fast, detailed, and accurate information about the industry condition. Furthermore, the organization can also overcome the legitimacy what the potential investor worry about through this external board of director lah. So, therefore, external board of director play a unique role to improve the market performance. So, that's all for me. I would like to pass to the next presenter. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruby. Now we'll continue my presentation. For my first point is create and implement effective alternative practice. The first effective alternative practice is sub-based auxiliaries. SOS is short form. Error post-scandal alternative practice are based on the sub-based auxiliary. The sub-based auxiliary is principle brought hastily signed into the law on July 29, 2002. The legislation aims to restore public confidence in corporate practice because they want to let us know the legislation is still fair. The art focus on closing loopholes is accounting standard and enforces greater accountability. The second effective alternating practice is ensuring tidy and precise financial reporting. Clear and comprehensive report increase transparency and facilitate the auditing of transaction and operation, especially help to minimize the fraud. Effective internal control include recording all sales receipts. Okay, for my second point is select a CEO who is responsible for ethical behavior of organization. The best example for bad CEO is ENRON CEO lah. At the left side is Geoffrey Skilling and right side is Kenny Lay. Both CEO are biggest corporate scandal in America's history because both changed and convicted multiple times for conduct related to false, insider trading, and bankruptcy conspiracy at the company. Their action not only led to collapse of ENRON, but also undermine confidence in the financial system and call for tighter regulation. Responsible and ethical CEO. The CEO actress is Ronnie Mardin, CEO of the Voya Financial Company. Him is a global leader and get the 2020 World Most Ethical Company. A good CEO must have to understand of their industry compared with expertise in areas such as business strategy, financial, and innovation. Then they need to make well-informed decisions that can drive growth and sustaining competitiveness. That's all for me. Thank you. Now I will pass to next presenter.
A very good morning to my Professor Yuliza, and my name is Switzerland, number matrix S70466. So today I'm going to present my point, which is remove the CEO if not effective. CEO performance and innovations both now prioritize CEO ability to drive innovation, need to grow using two ways or two approaches. The first one is top-down leaderships, driving innovations with a clear strategic visions, and the second one is bottom-up culture, building a culture of creativity and R&D investment. While CEO must support innovation through internal effort and partnerships, research highlight a gap understanding how their personality traits influence a new product development, which is NPD success. Demographic like age, educations, and experience fall short in explaining this impact, underscoring the needs for clearer insight to improve CEO evaluations. So here is my second point, which is encourage employees to report unethical behavior and take appropriate creative counseling. Influence of non and leadership on ethical behavior. So there are 2 points, which is non and reporting. Training on codes of conduct slightly increases reporting intentions, but may unintentionally reduce them by raising awareness of unethical behavior. Purely exposure to unethical behavior and norms against widely growing discourage reporting. So my second point is leadership and reporting channels. HR may ensure safe reporting channels and enforce accountability for unethical leaderships. Unethical leader behavior harms employees, teams, and leaders themselves, regardless of strong leader-employee relationships. So this is all for me. Thanks.
Thank you to the previous presenter. Now I will take it back and continue with the next point. Next, let's look at a Malaysian case related to financial fraud. Although the ENRON scandal happened in the United States, Malaysia also faced a similar case involving financial manipulation and abuse of power. This case is known as a 1MDB scandal. For your information, 1MDB or One Malaysia Development Berhad was started in 2009 to grow Malaysia economy. However, it's become famous for corruption involving billions of dollars. Some leaders, including former Prime Minister Najib Razak, were accused of using the money for luxury, personal, and foreign investment. This scandal led to investigation, arrest, and the fall of Najib Razak government in 2018. Just like ENRON company, 1MDB involved financial manipulation, abuse of power, and hiding debts. It causes billions to be a measures, lead to global investigation and legal action against top leaders. That's all for me. Thank you.